Bye.
Well, that's all, folks. After 2 years of marriage and many months of separation, in which they shared a bed and basically lived as a married couple, Syngin is finally moving out. In case you've missed their storyline so far, quick recap. A couple of weeks ago, Syngin met up with a friend who downloaded some dating apps for him.
Wow, look at this. What are your ideal plans for a child?
Don't want.
There we go, thank you.
And whilst on those dating apps, an old colleague of Syngin reached out to him.
It's an ex-co-worker of mine. She saw me on a dating app and, she kind of texted me and to see if I'm available for a get-together.
Now, ever the gentleman, Syngin, before agreeing to go on a date with this old colleague, first consulted Tanya.
A ex-co-worker messaged me. I wanted to talk to you about it, How would you feel if I say, yeah, let's meet up?
You can't just wait until you actually leave this house to do all of that.
And Tanya's whole perspective was they are still married, they are still sleeping together, they are basically, to all intents and purposes, still acting as though they're in a relationship. So understandably, she wasn't too happy with Syngin dating while still living under her roof.
We are still married. And we're cooking together, cleaning, crying, arguing, sleeping together. You need to move out to wherever you're moving. Because it doesn't feel good for me for you to be going on dates and then coming home to me.
And so out of respect for Tanya, Syngin declined to go on that date with his co-worker, but this week he's decided enough's enough, it's time to move out and begin his new dating life.
I'm packing all my stuff and I'm moving out tomorrow morning. Tanya expressed, she'd like to come with me on the road trip, but I decided to tell her, I don't want you with me on the road trip. I wouldn't be creating that separation that is needed.
It's sad to see. I mean, from all we've seen this season, it's definitely clear that Tanya is still clinging on to the vague hope that they might be able to still work it out. Syngin, on the other hand, well, he's keen to draw a line under it and move on. But that doesn't mean it's easy for him. It's still very, very tough. It's still very raw. And it's clear that both still have feelings for one another.
I wake up in the mornings and sometimes I feel like it's a dream. Are we actually divorcing? Is this real life? And when the reality sets in, it's really sad. I love Syngin so much.
Which is why Tanya wants them to spend one last night together.
You've been packing, you've been a little hectic, And I just thought we should have one last romantic night together. You can take a little bit of break.
Wow.
And so they go outside to sit down, drink their wine, and reflect, contemplate on where it all went wrong.
I'm just so sad that this couldn't last.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart.
Seems like they're both in a lovey-dovey mood, right? Well, when talking about where it all went wrong, they start to clash. Tanya feels that Syngin didn't try hard enough.
I feel that Syngin didn't try as hard as he could have to save our relationship.
Whereas Syngin, well, he hates the constant arguments, which is ironic because they're about to argue again.
And you would never actually listen to what I was saying.
Blame me for whatever you want.
Syngin, don't challenge me. Because every time I meet your challenge, you can never handle it.
Yes, sis. Stop blaming me for Stop putting it back on me.
Is it me, or is this the perfect metaphor for their relationship? I mean, even with the best will in the world, even though they both clearly care for each other, even though Tanya's putting it on a plate for Syngin, they still manage to argue.
I am not here to sacrifice my happiness for you anymore. And to make, I've been doing it the whole time. I've been doing it for 3.5 years trying to make you happy, trying to make you comfortable in the situation. But now, I'm done, bro.
Yep.
And as soon as Tanya leaves, immediately come the regrets.
This is not what I wanted, man. I wanted... I still wanted to hold her for the last night or whatever, but it's just...
You know what makes this so hard? Right, here's the thing. I genuinely believe that these two are proof it's possible to love someone and yet not be right for them. Does that make sense? And I think that's why there's so much turmoil here, and that's why they're both in so much pain. They know they have to split up. They know they're not right for each other, but they do love each other. I believe that. And it's kind of sad. It's painful to watch. Needless to say, they didn't have that romantic night that they wanted, and they wake up the following morning both eager that if this is indeed their last day together, it shouldn't end on a sour note.
I really want to leave on good terms with Tanya. Still, be happy when we leave each other, not really have any hate or animosity, and just be thankful for the time we had together. I just want to apologize for the way it went down. I myself was very hot-headed in the moment. I have a lot of frustration in me. I'm very emotional,
I'm sorry too, because I know what will get under your skin.
Because I don't want us to break up and be angry at each other when we leave, because I think what we had in life is amazing, man. I just can't leave you angry.
And then they're back to being lovey-dovey again. And I think this is just so symptomatic of their entire relationship. They love hard and they fight hard. And sadly for them, I think it's just all that constant fighting coupled with the other big elephant in the room is Syngin's decision not to have a kid. And that's just all got too much for the pair of them. And that's it. It's over. Tanya accompanies Syngin to the car. They hug each other. They cry. Syngin gives Tanya some stones to protect her. And he also gives her a letter which she didn't read on screen, I guess understandably so, and then he drives off.
So I decided to write you a letter, just because that's always what we did, even though we loved each other so much. I was just to love protecting you, but now, hopefully the spirits will, So that's what I give you to say goodbye.
It's sad. I mean, look, I know that a lot of people don't like Tanya and Syngin. They have their critics. But as you're watching this, if you don't feel quite sad for them, and if you can't feel the amount of love that they still have for each other, then you've got to be quite cold-hearted. I mean, even as they're driving off, both of them in tears, they're both still saying, I love you, baby. I think the key thing here is, despite all of it, I think both of them, deep down in their hearts, understand and know this is the right thing to do. It's tough, but it's the right thing to do. They're just not right for each other. They're two very different people.
Even though it's very heartbreaking, it still feels like this is the right move, the right direction that we're taking, but it really sucks.
Now, since this episode has aired, Tanya has taken to Instagram to confirm that this is her last appearance on the show. Actually, let me backtrack. That's not quite right. This is her last appearance on the season, so it is a little bit open-ended, but let me read you what she said. She said, quote, "With my time on 90 Day Fiancé single life wrapping up for this season, I'm filled with so many emotions. 5 years ago, if you told me I would fall in love, get married, and then go through a divorce while the whole world sat and watched, I would never have believed you. It has been a rollercoaster of highs, lows, and every emotion in between. But I am sitting here so grateful I've had this opportunity to love and grow. And yes, I still cry and scream and yell at the universe, why couldn't we make it? But this is what life is all about, right? Learning, living, and loving, being able to go through the hard times and realizing you can't let them defeat you. Now, I say thank you for the lessons, pick myself up, dust myself off, and do better for myself. I know I am becoming a stronger and better woman because of it, and that, my friends, is a true blessing. The universe still has amazing things for me to explore, people to love, and memories to make, and I can't wait to give and receive. Much love, Tanya." So yeah, I mean, listen, for now, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what this season has in store for Syngin and his dating life. That's going to be interesting to watch. But I've got a sneaking suspicion this might not be the last we see of Tanya. She might end up on her own season of the single life maybe, or who knows. I don't think we can completely rule out the possibility that she and Syngin get back together. I don't know, I guess we'll see. But look, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favour. I'm so close to 100,000 subscribers. I'd love to get there before the year ends. If you're not already subscribed and you've made it this far to the end of the video, do me a favour, please hit that subscribe button. Let's try and get to 100,000 subscribers in 2021. That would be great. And look, if you've missed any episodes of The Single Life so far, I'll include links in my description to all of my recaps for every episode so far this series. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.